What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. Tonight we're going to talk about nothing other than motherfucking P.Valley, the last episode of the second season. Y'all want to talk about Hailey getting the fuck up out of Dodge? Yeah, we're going to talk about this shit anyway. See y'all ready?
It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back, YouTubers, friends, and YouTube family. I suggest now at this point, fuck followers, subscribers, notificationers, likers, all that. I appreciate you guys for all that you do. I do want to start off by saying that for everybody who has already done so, if you have not already, please go ahead and now hit that notification bell so that you will get these videos and the notification when I put these videos up. And that like button, please, if you all will. And please subscribe to the channel. I've seen so many more subscribers that have been that have joined, and I want to stop and say to you all, welcome. And also thank you for stopping to spend time with me, to listen to me and my fuckery and all I have going on, discussing any situation or whatever's going on. If you have not seen any of my other videos, please take the time after you watch this one and go back and take a little peeky poo with your googlies at some of my other videos. Let's see, jumping into the episode, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had a couple of shots, and I know I took a little hiatus. You know, brother had to recharge, re-energize and shit like that. I needed some time to myself. Not that I didn't care about y'all, because I was still watching the comments and watching you all subscribe and like and all this different stuff, and I really, really appreciate it. But I needed a little time to recharge my battery. I've been working with this monkeypox shit, and out here in the midst of all this other stuff, and seeing patients by the shitload, and being worked overtime. So with that being said, I do apologize in my absence, but I would like your forgiveness in being absent for a couple of days, although I needed some time off. But anyway, getting past that, jumping right into the episode. We last left off with Hailey getting ready to tell pretty much Andre that she was pregnant, she was with child, like Rasputia say, you know, and it was for him. But bottom line, when they bust in, lip locking down to the office at the old house or whatever, down to the headquarters for the mayoral candidacy, they bust in, you know, lip locking, sucking face and shit like that. And then when the bitch turned around, they saw a shadow in the background. It was Bree, which is Andre's wife, and she turned on the lamp like she was in an old episode of fucking Perry Mason or Matlock or some shit, sitting up in there. The only thing she wasn't doing was missing an old Newport 100 and probably a fucking Jack Daniel on the rocks, or pretty much stiff, sitting up in that corner. And so we rejoined them, and of course now Bree and Andre are having conversation. They're exchanging words about the situation and the situation and what happened that she has found. And so what she starts off with, so this is who you've been fucking, you know, your campaign managing. You know, light, bright, and all this shit. That's why you ain't been coming home, listening to the third. And Hailey checked Bree back and told her, I got your motherfucking light bright. I knock your fucking teeth out your mouth. I make you swallow your fronts. Pretty much what she was telling her. She didn't say all that, but in so many words with her eyes and her body gestures real quick. I think she was saying that to Miss Bree. And so after a minute, Hailey decided to excuse herself and give the two nuptials agreeers some time to discuss, you know, the shit that had just taken place. And so basically, you know, Bree was asking, like, you know, are you done with me? Like, what's the fucking deal? Like, so this how you getting back at me? And he basically said yes, you know, after she was caught slobbing on that boy's knob over there back home in Yonder Way. So with that, that's when Hailey excused herself, because after Bree walked off into the dining room. But anyway, in their discussion going back and forth about the candidacy and the shit that had happened, because apparently they never discussed the dick sucking in the first place. I don't see how they got past him, but hey, who am I, right? So they had this discussion, and then at some point, Bree stands up and say, like, nigga, what the fuck you trying to do, divorce me? And he was like, well, shit, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sleeping with another woman, you know, I'm fucking around with her over yonder ways, and you was over there sucking on this man's dangling up my bedroom in my boudoir. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I had a couple of shots and the shit seemed to be just trying to repeat on me, like Sophia says on the Golden Girls. I ain't gonna lie, the opening, Lil Murder got on my nerve. I don't know what the fuck was about to happen. I thought he was gonna be shot on stage when he started doing all that bullshit, telling the boy to cut the music, looking around the crowd, and especially when old boy said, this nigga gonna sing or he gonna rap or what. He stared around the crowd and all this extra shit. And so he looked a minute, and I told y'all this boy is not okay, especially after he pumped all them bullets into that child's chest over in that alleyway while he was gonna get some tampons and some ice cream, a little pint or so. Excuse me, what the fuck is going on? But anywho, he stood on the stage, had this discussion with the crowd and different shit with his eyes and carrying on, and somewhere along the ways, I guess he snapped back into himself and started going into his lyrics, a cappella, so to speak, and getting the crowd hyping all this shit, and then the music came behind it and followed, and then the dollar started flying in as Mercedes came out and started shaking her ass and giving us the Mercedes experience. I guess she's recovered somewhere in her likes. While she was behind the scenes, she's recovered with that 7 pounds, and that shoulder got right, because let me tell y'all, Mercedes worked the fuck out of that pole that night with that reopening of the paint. Mayor Woodbine crazy as fuck. I told y'all, and I say Mayor Woodbine because, as y'all know, I'm putting this shit out now on Tuesday because I told you I took some time off to myself. But the bottom line is now Mayor Pastor Woodbine, Patricia crazy ass, has won the election. I thought Andre was a shoe-in. I thought he had it with Hailey's backing and the new child coming out. I guess I predicted the wrong shit. They apparently ain't getting murdered. She ain't apparently sticking the fuck around because of some other shit that she's done we have to discuss. But he did not win. Pastor Woodbine crazy ass won, and she was she reveled in it in the first place. She was all up into the shit. Lil Murder hurt by Uncle Cliff's words basically in the room, basically kind of giving him this sense of, we ain't gonna be for the simple fact of, I know you're not willing to come out and actually claim me as your nigga. You know, we be together publicly, and that was part of my issue, back in the day, and even to this present moment. That's why I'm not really willing to get into a relationship with anybody of your caliber or a nigga like you, because at the end of the day, niggas like y'all want to claim a bitch publicly. And with that being said, I don't want to put you on Front Street with trying to fuck around and sacrifice your career and say, oh, well, I choose you over that, So he told me, no shit, this is a fantasy land. We're not going to sit around all day fucking in the kitchen cooking bacon and whatnot, while my grandma, serving her, greens and cornbread and shit like that. All the fixes there, because apparently Lil Murder was better at the cooking than Uncle Clifford was. So he was like, we're not gonna get to that point. So I'm just gonna go and shut this shit down now and keep myself closed off to love, because the niggas I end up loving don't tend to love me back in that same way. So with that being said, he ends up giving him the spiel about, we not meant to be, let it burn, this type of deal or whatever. And it hurt the fuck out of Lil Murder. You can kind of see in his eyes, it bothered him a lot to hear that. And he got up and he had a little attitude, little aptitude. Got up in the bathroom and slammed the fucking door and all this different shit here. So, Lord have mercy. We break down to, what is it? Patricia basically tell me, she wants to be called mayor, aka bishop, a mayor, of evangelist, pastor, whatever the fuck she want to be called. But somewhere along the line, she decides to go ahead and she got into her office, y'all, and she had that motherfucking purple people eater suit on, that lavender suit. It was nice. Don't get me wrong. It was cute. With her, her little wig and whatnot, of the 25 piece. It was cute, but when she went up in that motherfucker and snatched down all old boys' pictures and posters up in that office, and she fucked around and kicked back in that chair, and them old Daisy dollop ass heels had went up in the air, that shit had tickled me some. That shit was funny to me. But what else we got, y'all? Farrah sending Mercedes that poster of her, them big ass pictures and posters rolled up in a little thing they deliver on bicycles over there in New York City. They got the little bike runners and stuff like that. She basically sent those over to Mercedes, letting her know, further mitigating how basically her beauty and her art and the Mercedes experience is actually an art form. It's not just a hoe on a pole dancing for money, that lady of the night thing, that, what is it, not Donna Karen, I'm your private, Tina Turner, I'm your private dancer, dancing for money. So all this time, Mercedes thought she was Tina Turner, a private dancer dancing for money, and it was just to get the bills paid. But somewhere along the way, after her, relapse, fucking around with her mama or sister Woodbine, Pastor Woodbine, a.k.a. Mel Woodbine, taking her first, stack of Skrilla and fucking her over and taking her money, during that time, she felt like now she was past retirement. And with that being said, she wanted to do something about that, which is why she was fucking with Coach and Farrah. But Farrah did come through in a phenomenal way. She actually came through with them posters, and she actually let her see, while Mercedes fed her energy, positive energy and positive vibes, letting her know, don't let no man define you or let this nigga make you, be put in no fucking shield because of his money. You be no side bitch to a bitch like me. I don't even wish that upon you, because someday I want a man of my own, and I'm not going to let him get away with no shit like that, and I don't wish it upon me and nobody else, including you. So with that being said, bitch, stand up in your own truth, and I think with your photos, you do a very beautiful work, and I think you do best to get out there and go ahead and start pushing this forward and presenting yourself, being yourself, bringing that inner self out of you artistically. And Farrah fed off that, and in turn, when she got that back, that enlightenment, she gave Mercedes enlightenment back and had her take a mirror view on her life and say, well, bitch, there's other ways. You are artistic. You're not just some hoe on the pole, some private dancer child over there dancing for money, doing whatever he wants you to do, and sometimes including me, making your dollars and trying to get your Skrilla stacked up. So with that being said, let me let you know how beautiful you are and what you have done. And the Mercedes experience, to me, what I've seen from the Mercedes experience. So she sent her the posters, child, and sent her a $30,000 check. And they Mercedes called her, they have a few words, and she figured, oh, is this money that Coach owes me? She was like, nah, bitch, I'm not even trying to go for giving you what you're owed. Not in that aspect anyway, not from him, but in aspects of your hustle and what you've been trying to do and make this look like, versus just being some hoe on a pole making money down here in Chuckalisa down here at the Pain. Going by Uncle Clifford rule number 44, ain't no crying in the pain. You're not going for that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And I see that in you that's greater, and with that, I like to actually come on the other end and say, let me be that support for you as you were for me, only in a financial matter, also in emotional. And that was a beautiful moment for me, so I really appreciated that. And apparently, child, what's her name when got her a studio? All them hoes down to the line over there at Andre house with all them desserts and shit, lemon pie, lemon meringue pie, sweet tater casserole, sweet potato pie, lemon cake squares and shit like that. I mean, the bitches was lined up. You'd have thought it was an audition for Lil Wayne's, dance group or some shit. They was in line, honey, and everybody had a container full of something sweet and some kind of goodie to go on down there and get an Andre in honor of his loss over there to Sister Woodbine, Pastor a.k.a. Mayor Woodbine, and her win. But they weren't going to tell about that, but they went on to take a little dessert over there. So even Hailey was in the line and brought a little something. Bree was stupid as fuck standing up on that porch like some old rich-ass white woman that knew what her husband was doing down there on that sidewalk, getting them desserts from all these hoes that she knew was fanning, filming, and, pining over her man. At the end of the day, bitch, I'd have been standing up on that porch with probably 54 red bricks. And for every one of you bitches would have shown up with a dish or a plastic container filled with something sweet. If I'd have thought you'd have been whispering anything else other than here you go, I'm so sorry for your loss over here, at the mayoral candidacy thing for the Chuckalisa shit. But at the end of the day, if you was fanning your hands, whispering something in his ear, bitch, blowing kisses out of through one of them bricks, bitch, like one of the people from Looney Tunes or fucking, what it is, Acme, Acme or some shit like I'd have slung one of them bricks and knocked them bitch. It'd have been about 7 hoes laid out on that sidewalk, bleed from the scalp or from about the face or the lips over there fucking around with my nigga. I don't play that kind of bullshit. But anyway, somewhere Hailey whispered some shit to him and said something and walked off, and they still didn't tell the man about the baby. But Hailey went into herself and got in deep contrition real quick when she walked away from Andre and decided to call that rich white Yankee woman and asked that woman, she was like, bitch, where's my money? But that rich white Yankee woman had a whole different turn for her motherfucking ass when she turned around and told her, look, bitch, I told you, you should have took that $5 million when I lay around and had them motherfucking Coca-Cola rollers up my head down to the hairdresser. I told you go and take that $5 million. And I told you, bitch, somewhere about the way you was going to be sorry for not taking this money. Because you play with me, bitch. You play with my emotions. You play with my Yankee ship. You play with my white rich woman money, bitch. I'm tongue tied. White rich, that's a tongue twister. White rich woman money. Try that shit 5 times and fuck with me and see if I'm wrong about it. But you tried me, bitch, and I told you to take that check and you didn't. But here we stand now, me riding around in my Rolls Royce, light me a cigar, bitch, laughing in your face via telephone out on FaceTime, telling you how I found another way around and had some other bitches was sitting around here looking at you ready to backstab you because you too much of a vicious ass bitch. And I told you there's always a back door to a back door, bitch. So guess who found the back door to the back door? The rich white Yankee woman. And when she told Hailey that she had found another way, she was like, bitch, tell you what, can't bring the casino to the water, but I can bring the water to the casino, and went down there and talked to half and half and got with Uncle Clifford, baby, and got that money and brought that water over there to that riverfront down to that plantation that little half and half owns. And listen, the half and half was hollering, hooting all over the plantation down the sidewalk over there in front of the master's house. He was laughing his ass off about how he got the last laugh over hearing how she talked about him, and Uncle Clifford that went down there and waxed his ass with that whip and then convinced him. Uncle Clifford got $250,000 that he handed over to Hailey to buy his club back. How about it? But her face was sad as fucking shit. I thought to myself, bitch, y'all know Hailey. Hailey finna come up with another plan, but Hailey came up with a plan that involved a Keyshawn plan. Get the fuck out of Dodge, bitch. Take whatever you got and collect more, that and then some and more, and beat it like Michael Jackson. Ernestine, y'all, I'm so glad to see Ernestine. You know, she been singing Marvin Sapp down to the hospital, honey, while she was in the ICU. She's so glad she made it, and so am I. He done brought her through the storm and the rain, the weather, heartache, and pain, honey. He done brought her through the COVID and brought her back down to the house. And the first thing Ernestine said when she got back down to the house, stumbling through the door, was the house smelled like pussy. Now look, Ernestine didn't say what it smelled like. Pussy, a man pussy, she just said pussy. Now the woman blind, y'all, and she ain't been around there, but Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder been down there fucking for exchange for bacon for once another, and eggs and grits and whatnot, and hairstyles and liners and whatnot. Which look, me and mine, we don't mind doing the same thing, you know, a little bacon, a little bang bang. But but Ernestine said the house smelled like pussy. Now I don't know if that's man pussy, woman pussy, but it smells like pussy. Ernestine said she about to throw her a big motherfucking bag. She said, look, she had a bumper scrape with death, but she said, listen, God ain't through her yet. She told Uncle Clifford, bitch, I'm about to plan me a birthday bash. Fuck what you say. I already called the boys from the hospital, and I made it down to the front door at the house, and they out here to back me up, and I'm about to go up here and change my drawers. I'm about to go up and change my bloomers, bitch, so I can go up and help me up these stairs so I can change my bloomers so I can go out of here with, not Big T, because he done went around and blew his fucking head off. Big L and them, and going up over here and get this jukebox set up and get my streamers and shit and go down to Party City and down to the dollar store and get all I need for my big bang tonight. Y'all excuse me, because my throat apparently getting dry. My throat chakra acting up. I need to visit the hydration station. But yeah, Ernestine, fuck what you saying, Clifford. I ain't got. She said, bitch, I got the antibody. Like all these other fools and niggas be talking about, I got the antibody. I ain't getting no fucking shot. I done caught it once, but baby, there's different strands out there. So all I tell you is beware. But anyway, getting back to the motherfucking show. Ernestine said, bitch, I got the antibody. I'm good, nigga. I'm straight. I'm planning me a bash. I already called the boys up. They ready. They get my shit set up for me. I'm ready. Take me upstairs so I can change my bloomers, my drawers, aka panties, bitch. So I can get downstairs and go with the boys to Party City. In that same moment while Clifford was helping his mama up the stairs, helping Ernestine up the stairs, his mama spoke to him. I think his name was Bermuda or something. His mama name, fuck, I don't remember. Y'all watch the shit, y'all remember. Anyway, she spoke to him, and she was sitting over in the corner. I think that sofa was covered in plastic while she had one of them old 1991 track suits on with the zipper in the front and shit. You gotta put, yeah, One of them. I remember the motherfuckers. If y'all don't, I had a plenty of them hoes. But anyway, moving on with the show. Bottom line is, she was sitting in the corner smoking her Joe, I believe, and was telling him, bitch, now you was wrong. You know, you sitting there talking about, I'm trying to fix my twiggly. You sitting there talking about, he's like, don't come in for me because I don't need you coming for me, mama. And she was like, bitch, I ain't coming for, no, coming for grandma. She good. She was like, bitch, I'm not coming for mama. I'm coming for you. And I'm coming for you because you was wrong for telling that boy what you told him this morning, which was a little murder. Basically telling him, he was basically lying to himself and lying with his own heart. You know, saying he was incapable of love, but he was really telling the truth beneath the semen. He really told the truth. I don't want to fall in love with you because of the simple fact that you're not going to want to present me to the world. You're not going to want to hold me as your arm candidate because of who I am and who you are. In the world, we just, you know, the two of us just don't mix. But I'm here to tell you, mama showed up to tell him basically, no, bitch, this man offered you love, something you've been wanting and wishing for. Although Lil Murder got to talking on his fucking back. And even if Uncle Clifford married him next season, ain't no promise in the second episode of 3, he gonna get fucking murked or knocked out by old Dark Chocolate over there across the street from Mercedes. But the bottom line, she convinced him to go back and say, you know, revisit your heart chakra. Understand that this man has, delivered all to you that you're asking for, even if it's in a small amount of time. He don't know that, but fuck it. Take it while it's being offered. This man's willing to do anything for you, like you're willing to do anything for anybody that you were actually willing to love, that's willing to give you that in return. Like I told y'all, only love on motherfuckers that's willing to love on you in the same way back. Because it has to be a two-way street when it comes to that. Period. But Clifford heard his mama when she spoke these words. Something stirred up in him. He heard it, but didn't hear. You know, he always be combative with his mom and different shit like that. But he did hear her out and different stuff like that. So, moving on. Mercedes down there at her new studio, y'all, showing her stuff and twirling around the pearl and doing her shit, you know, giving herself the Mercedes experience, reminding herself how she got into this shit in the first place. And also she has put her poster boards up on the wall, which is of herself. Pastor Woodbine, Mayor Woodbine, Patricia Woodbine, Sister Woodbine came the fuck up in there with her suit on and says, hey, look here, you know, they exchange gibble gabble and all this other shit. They, you know, throw blows and different stuff like that without the boxing glove. And to get down to, she said, well, look, I thought you opened this up for a dancing school, you know, not for no pole dancing. I thought it was for little girls. And, you know, she was like, you know, fuck that. I ain't want to talk about that. The bottom line, I open for old bitches like you that wanted to keep their skill up. And she was like, you know, well, fuck that. Fuck all that. Okay, cool. You got your shot. I got mine. Cool. So the bottom line is, you know, Cheryl decided to call into the prayer hotline, child, and tell the people over at the church that she need to go to rehab, which the girl been trying to tell her for the fucking longest. And she said, basically, with me being, you know, Sister Woodbine, Pastor Woodbine, Bishop Woodbine, Mia Woodbine, I got too much shit going on sitting behind my desk. I ain't got time to be raising no 14-year-old child. So what I'm going to bring you is a gift. And I thought that was a beautiful moment. She finally, they bonded a little bit. She brought Terica back down to the studio with all her shit. Because Sister Woodbine say, because the bottom line is, I'm going to leave you with a little spice and a little bitch in me. I raised mine, so let me drop yours off till you can have them. But I think y'all do best with a relationship, and I think I really appreciated that. That was a beautiful moment. I'm moving on, y'all, because I'm getting, shit, I'm 22 minutes in this shit. I got to get this shit over with. Y'all listening to it. Oh, yeah, I already told y'all about Uncle Cliff told here to get the fuck on down, ease on down the road like Dorothy from the Wiz, you know. Take your $250,000 check. You know, it's a little bit more than what you paid into it. This is my dream. You go find your own dream. I thought you wanted to be part of the family. We was willing to take you in, but bitch, you wanted to backstab everybody. Here to say, fuck all that. I don't need no motherfucking family. All I need is myself and some bread, which we already know she got more family on the way. She lost her daughter, but she also has a daughter or a son on the way. But he threw herself that check in her face and told her, fuck that bitch. The bottom line is, I fucked you over. I went down there with half and half and talked to Yankee Doodle, white lady with the cigar, and we done made a deal to fuck you over all the way around and get you out of this thing. So all of us are satisfied. I got the paint back. It's back mine. You got your check. Get the fuck. You need to get in line with being satisfied. Half and half is satisfied for sure. And Yankee Doodle is satisfied because she got the land and brought the water to the land. So that was a problem. Keyshawn, y'all. Keyshawn went down there and fucked up the thing. And when I say that, she had everything going for herself. She went said her final goodbyes to everybody moving around and stuff. and had gone and met Lil Murder in the parking lot of the Super Walmart, the National, National something? What is it? What do they have nowadays? Winn-Dixie, I don't know, fuck Walmart, Target. Somewhere she went met him in the parking lots of someplace, and excuse me, that's that fucking shot coming back on me, and gave her some Skrilla. He owe her. He owe her. Ola. Who the fuck is Ola? He gave her some Skrilla that he owes her. She took her money in the, the Louis Vuitton bag and threw it in the trunk. And the next stop was to pick up the kids from a stupid ass stepmammy house. Her stepmammy dumb as the fuck. I think I'd have beat that bitch up in the doorway knowing I had a problem. I thought to myself, I'm already gonna probably get beat up at the house because of this shit probably gonna blow up my face. I think I would have went ahead and finally whooped that woman's ass and beat that old cargo, Sarah Malichian ass, depleted ass synthetic wig off that motherfucking bitch head, and went on and jumped up in that old pink thing and went on down to the house and had a shank pistol. I called old Hailey one, but Hailey was destroyed enough. She probably had already caught her flight down there to China, some fucking Taiwan, because that looked like what she was when she got that call, when she drained Uncle Clifford's account and took his money. But, yeah, Keyshawn. So I don't understand why in the fuck you decide, I'd beat that bitch up at the front door. And the stepmama gonna try to concur with the daughter. I think that daughter might have a baby and probably pregnant now for Keyshawn's daddy, because he was fucking her. We all saw that. I think she probably got pregnant for him, and she gonna say, we wish we all had the same kind of shit Derek was giving us, picking up the baby and all this old bullshit. Wish we all had that kind of help. No, bitch, you lying. Keyshawn ain't got that kind of help. She get knocked upside the fucking head and bobby pins all over the floor and them old Coca-Cola rollers everywhere, bitch, when she get her big curls done down to the thing next door to the Yankee lady when she get her hair done with a big cigar. But she was being a dirty ass bitch, and Keyshawn should have whooped her ass before she left the house. Getting down to the house, Keyshawn picked the wrong fucking moment to lose her shit. All that different times she decided to lose her shit on Derek and beat his motherfucking ass when the CPS people is there and when the Policemo is there. The fuzz, bitch. When the fuzz come down to the house, now you want to lose your mind and jump on this man. That further mitigates the bitch you probably was beating on him and the children. I told this bitch. I called Keyshawn on the phone and told this bitch, look, what you need to do per what I saw on the episode, what you need to do is go down your underways and call the CPS people, especially when you got back from 2 on a lip murder 2 and seen that baby's back got beat out. Now, this is my whole thing. They ought to be able to clear all this shit up knowing that she was out of town on a lip murder 2, even if you got to exploit her saying she was stripping and shit, and put the dates in place when she came back and when she came back to take the baby to the doctor. But right now, it don't look good for her, She need Perry Mason, Madlock, shit, or what that man, Big Crump, somebody. She needs somebody on her team. If she call over here to me, I might have to put somebody on the case for her. Maybe even me, fuck, I'm a good lawyer in any circumstance. Holler at me. I ain't got my credentials. I ain't passed no bar, but I'll fuck with you. Went off on this man, they slammed her to the floor, read her rights, all this different shit and told her what the rules was going to be. And she done got caught up, but moving on, I done told y'all about, who else? Child, look. At Ernestine's party, let me tell you what fucked me up. Now, I watched everything, and, a few things disturbed me. A few things bothered me. I had to look at the situation and take a second look at it. I went down to the Walgreens and picked up some readers, right? I came back and rewound that part and looked at it again, and I saw there was some fucked up scenes, a lot of fucked up shit going on. But ain't nothing fucked me up. Excuse me, hydration. Hydration is always good. Ain't nothing fucked me up on this here episode. I know they got their Chuckalician ways. I know they got their lingo and stuff like that, the way they do things. But listen, baby, when Terica and Mercedes showed up down there to Ernestine's party with that big-ass jug of motherfucking pig feet, you could have sold me for a penny with a hole in it. Fuck the penny. Put the hole up in that bitch. That's how cheap it's going to be. Because I don't fuck with nobody's pig knuckles. I don't fuck with nobody's pig foots. I don't fuck with no pig lips. If you're going to eat pig lips, why don't you just go on down to the goddamn farm and kiss the pig and tongue him out? And suck face with him. They didn't cut the lips out and put him in some vinegar. They didn't cut the foot some. Bitch, listen, y'all. I love y'all, but don't ever try to pay me homage with no pig foots, no pig lips. I don't fuck around. I'm from the country. I done been down into the country where we have hog killers every year that we go back to the country for over there in Louisiana. When I tell you, I think they killed about 12, 13 hogs, and they sent us out there to take everything out them hogs and clean them intestines, them for the chitlins, right there fresh out the hog. And then turn around and take everything that is to be made from a fucking hog, cracklings, pig foots, which I don't even fuck what they say. I don't fuck with. Pig lips, hog maw, anything you can make from a pig, they make it right then. And if you ain't had enough out there, I'm telling you how country folk, if you ain't had enough out there in the country, they will send you home with a fucking box. Everything they can't put in that storehouse out there and salt down, because they still do it to this day. Real country folks still stick to the country. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Y'all sticking this shit in y'all freezer, fucking around with that. Me personally, I don't eat no red meat at all. But sticking that shit in y'all freezer, going down to the Winn-Dixie and the Supermarket and the Walmart and the Target and whatnot, and the Kroger and the Hebes, you know, buying this shit, going down in the country and get that shit from the people fresh from their hog. And I tell you, they take that shit and still salt down and put it over there in the storehouse and still save it for months on end and still eat off of it. But they send you home with this brown box, big old brown box. Got all kind of shit up in there if you want it. Take it home. If you got a big old deep freezer, put up in there, you eat shit. If you love pig, you gonna eat bacon, you know, pig foots, lips, hog maws, and all kind of other shit. But I don't fuck with that shit. But anyway, what was that? I done fuck around, went to the country and got lost. But yeah, I'm fuck around and brought the pig foot. That fucked me up, but I don't fuck with that. Mercedes told Uncle Clifford that was her last dance on that pole with Lil Murder that night. She ain't dancing no more. She done left that shit alone. I already told y'all, Hailey done hit Uncle Clifford and took that motherfucking account negative. Big Ed was looking at that account. He said, bitch, you can sit around and click enter all you want to, bitch. I done click enter, delete, alt, control, I done refresh. I done logged out and logged back in. I done called down there to the bank and yonder ways and shit. Ain't nothing you gonna do to make it no better, bitch. The bottom line is we been hit. So apparently Hailey took didn't get all the paperwork and the accounts and shit for the club quick enough. So she went down there and said, along with this $250,000, I'm gonna go down and take, I think it was what, 42 more or some shit like that, 24 or some shit like that. But her and the baby gonna be good. They got the fuck on. So Uncle Clifford needed some pills and some drink. And somewhere along the way, I thought he was actually hallucinating after the pills that Big L gave him. I thought he was hallucinating with the drink. But somewhere out there, which was I'm gonna say for me, fuck what y'all say, drop down in the comments and tell me how you feel. I thought was one of the most beautiful moments on this episode period in this actual season, when actually Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder actually came together and sucked face on the dance floor in front of everybody that did not know it, even those bitches that knew secretly. And they came out with their love, they sucked face. Cause y'all know already, Lil Murder came back off that tour. He didn't take the bus. He came back, you know, from with Meg Thee Stallion, aka shout out to Meg Thee Stallion for doing your thing. But aka Snow is who she was playing on the show. He was supposed to be on tour with her, and but he decided to stay behind and develop his relationship and his love with Uncle Clifford. And I thought that was one of the most beautiful moments actually on the show, because out of all the loves that had faded out and came back together, including Keyshawn's fucked up situation with that boy, that old white boy Derek, I felt like I've been waiting for Clifford and Lil Murder to actually finally come together, be publicly open, have a relationship, say fuck the odds and say fuck what the public say, and actually just defy the odds, defy the public and break the rules and be together. It's just 2022. Fuck, we got gay rappers all over the place. I knew they was gonna land in that shit somewhere along the way anyhow. But y'all, I'm at 33 minutes. Let me get the fuck out of here. Let me see what else they got. I don't understand why the fuck Diamond, that bitch kidnapped. Now Diamond was going down there to take care of Derek and snuff him out and leave snuff juice all over the floor like Coco Taylor say. See, a lot of y'all know about that. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bring my shit up to the rear, because I notice most of my crowd is in the 60s and the 50s. Fuck all that shit. I love y'all too. I'm an old head at heart, but I'm still young. But gonna leave snuff juice everywhere down there because Keyshawn called from the prison and told him go over there and take care of that shit. As he's gearing up to go take care of the shit, this bitch in the DJ booth, and probably her old man or some snifling ass motherfucker she dealing with down there in Chocolisa, some motherfucker she dealing with, then attacked the boy while he out there in the parking lot, stuck him in the side, whooped his ass, And this bitch must know some kind of Taiwan Fu or some kind of black belt or jujitsu or something, because she was doing some shit, but he handled himself well. Had it not been for that secondary guy that she brought on the outside, she must have knew Diamond wasn't gonna be fucked with like that, and she was gonna be overcame at some point. So she brought back up, and she gave that ring. She stole the ring that Diamond's grandfather, and it wasn't Diamond's grandfather, that motherfucker they snuffed out on murder night over there in the Paradise Room. It was his ring. It was supposed to keep some shit there. But I think in the next season, I think what is going to release him is that ring old boy win. Them 7 pounds going to take that ass up. I think Diamond is going to be just fine in my predictions. I predict also, because I'm getting to the end of this shit, I predict also Keyshawn is going to actually get out of prison. They're going to take care of her. County jail, they're going to take her and she's going to get this shit reversed on deck and finally get him locked up and get that shown for what it is. I think we're going to see Mercedes and Terica's relationship flourish for the better in the next season. I also think that Mayor Woodbine is going to shock her with some shit that we probably didn't even see coming. We saw, but we didn't really see the fullness of it, because you never see the fullness of God. And she's down for the man. We're going to find out what happens with Hailey and see, probably by the time we come back in season 3, I think Hailey is going to be already had the child, the baby, and, you know, still somewhere in incognito, hanging out. I think Andre is probably going to spend some time searching for her in the time we've been out. What else going on? I predict that Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder will have a relationship, but now all they living in the same house with Lil Murder, Ernestine, and Uncle Clifford. And he'll probably looking at nuptials between the two, because like I said, we in 2022. Child, I'm not even gonna talk about Toy Crazy ass. She done recruited the trans woman and got her over there on her team to do some bumps and do some fucking on the sidelines while she recruiting her team. I predict some shit gonna come of that. We're gonna find out more has happened, or more is going to come to fruition. Who else I got on the roster here? I think that's it. I think I've covered as much as I possibly could, because I'm already drunk enough as it is. I can't be fucking with y'all, and I gotta go eat me something to eat and get myself together. But anyway, thank you all for those who have already liked, subscribed, and shared, and hit that notification bell. I want to say, if you have watched to the end, I want to make sure I give all thanks to you all, because I feel like I would not be where I am. My talent, yes, precedes itself, but at the same time, if it had not been for you all recognizing it and coming through with that subscribe button, that like button, and coming through and supporting the brother, I feel like I would not be here. So yeah, I can post videos all day, but if nobody's to watch it, you know, what is the point of it? So I want to stop now and appreciate you all that stop, spend time with me, subscribe, like, notification. I really, really appreciate it beyond your understanding. For those who are newcomers, I would appreciate you would join the crowd, join the family, hit that notification bell and subscribe and like the channel. It's family over here. It's all love. It's all family. Yeah, I might joke around and say some shit, but at the end of the day, it's all here. I speak from here because I'm a comedian. That's my thing. That's what I do. And like I said, I just want to present that talent to the world. But I always know when I do these videos, it's always coming from here. So never forget that. So I always am thankful of all of you who always stop by and watch, subscribers, commenters. I love you all, even more so to a different magnitude. So I appreciate you all. Keep the love coming. Keep the comments coming. Let me know what you think about P.Valley Season 2, this last episode. What are your predictions? Tell me what y'all think, because hopefully they're not going to stay gone for like 2 fucking years again, half the time. And so we can remember the characters. But, yeah, let me know what you all thought about the episode, how you felt about it, where you guys think everybody's going to end up or come back. I would appreciate it so much, as I already do. But share with somebody you know. Share with somebody you don't know. Share with a motherfucker you like. Share with a motherfucker you don't like. Because if you don't like me, I guarantee you somebody else will. If you don't believe me, I can show you. Love yourself. Always do that. Give yourself all the love and all the energy you can spare. Drum up and accumulate. And only love those in the same capacity they're willing to love you in return. That's gonna always be my message. If you look at any of my videos, that's how it's gonna end. So all right, take care of yourselves. Stay monkeypox free. Stay COVID free. I don't know, and all that good shit. And keep your high vibrations up, everybody. Think positive all week, all day, every day. From the time you wake up, it's nothing but positivity going on. All right, love y'all. Holla.